Good afternoon to all my lovely children. Welcome to Tripura Virtual Interactive Class. I hope you all are good, fit and fine and came with full of energy like always. As today's maths class also going to be very special like always. So without any delay, let's start. So what we have learned in our previous class, do you remember my lovely children? Yes, very good. We have learned about point and then about lines, line segments and about rays. And also we have learned about angles. What are angles and which type of angles are there. Now let's move on to some more examples of angles. Let's see. So what we can see where we are using this, carpenters use angles to make table. Okay. Now here you can see one very beautiful house, right? And here also you can see some angles here. Okay. So engineers and architects use angle for designing the buildings. Okay. So here is an angle. Can you tell me the name of this angle? What is it? Very good. This is angle AOB, or we can tell angle BOA, right? So the representation of the angle, it is based with two rays, as you know, right? So here the rays are, one is OA ray and another one is OB ray, right? And both are meeting at point O. And these rays OA and OB are known as arms of the angles. And arms of the angle are also called sides of the angles. Okay. And this point, the meeting point, is known as vertex of the angle. Okay. So O is the vertex here. Now here you see, here O is a point. From here two rays are passing. One is OA, another one is OB. Okay, so that means it is creating one angle in O, as O is the vertex. Now here you see OA is one ray and another ray is OB. Now what we can see, the common point is O here. Okay. An angle is made up of two rays starting from a common endpoint. Now here you see two rays are coincide. Now what will happen? What are the two different rays? Can you tell me the names, my dear students? Exactly, you are correct. The two rays are, one is QP, another one is QR, and both are coincide. Now if we extend this QP, then we are getting one angle. Now this is the initial ray, Q1 is the initial ray and this one is terminal ray. Now this Q is called vertex. So representation of an angle, how we are going to represent this angle? Let's see. So we can represent angle as angle sine PQR, or in this way also represent. The representation is PQR. So with both this symbol we can represent one angle. Now you can note it, while naming an angle the vertex should be always in the middle. So wherever the vertex, you can't tell it as angle QPR. Why, my dear students? Very good, because P is not the vertex. The vertex will be always in the middle. We can name it as RQP or PQR. Why? Because Q is the vertex. So wherever vertex is lying, you have to keep it in the middle in the angle. So while naming an angle, the vertex should be always in the middle. Now here see, the angles are angle PQR, or we can represent like this also. And we read it as angle PQR. Or we can write it as RQP also. Why? Because Q is in the middle. For this angle, the condition imposed on only the vertex, not on the arms, not on the other 2 points, right? So the meeting point is Q, so Q should be in the middle. This is the rule. So we can name it as PQR, or we can name it as RQP, and we will read it as angle RQP. Can you name it as only angle Q? Yes, of course we can. We can tell it as only angle Q we can read, because here only one angle is there. Okay. Now let's move on to one question. Let's see how many of you can answer this question. Okay, my dear students, before that, let's know more about angles. Representation of angle. How will you represent one angle? Previously, it was a single angle. It was a single angle. Suppose I am here naming one different angle. Suppose angle is P, Q and R. But here another angle is representing. You can see how many angles you can see here. Can you tell me how many angles are there? Yes, you are absolutely correct. Here total 3 angles are given. So can you tell me the names of these angles, my dear students? Here total 3 angles. Can you say it is simply M? Previously we saw that only one angle was there, right? If I draw angle PQR, here Q is the vertex and it is having 2 arms only, and with 2 arms only one angle is possible, so we can call it as angle Q. But in this case you see angle M, can we tell it as angle M? Is it possible? Here you see with angle M, we can represent this side also, angle NML we can represent, right? Or we can represent angle LMO also. It can be also possible, right? Or we can represent it as angle NMO, because all in these 3 cases M is lying in the middle. So when we are telling in this particular case angle M, so with angle M we can't determine the name of this angle clearly, right? It can represent any of this. Total 3 angles we saw produced, right? Out of these 3, any one may be there. So how we will represent? In this case, we can't simply say this is angle M. We don't know what is angle M representing here. So we have to write in this case the full name. So when we are representing the angle LMN, that means this blue shape one, this side one. Okay, so when we are representing angle NML, that means we have clear view, clear idea about which angle we are talking, right? So, or we can write it as angle NML, because the condition is on vertex only, not on the arms, not on the other 2 points, right? Okay. So here again angle M we can't say. So how we will represent this yellow one? How we are going to represent the yellow angle? Can you only simply say that angle M and you can represent? Yes, very good. You can't say simply it is angle M, right? So we have to tell the full name of this. So how we are going to tell the name? What would be the name? We can represent it as L, M and O, or OML, because M is the vertex, it is lying in the middle, and the 2 sides, 2 rays are ML and MO. Okay. Now another one is this straight angle. So what is this straight angle? We can represent it as NMO, or how we can represent this, or we can say this is OMN. Okay, here you have to note that in specifying the angle, the vertex is always written in the middle letter. Okay. Now they are asking you draw an angle formed by the sides PQ and PR and name the vertex of the angle. So carefully you notice here the sides are PQ and another one is PR. And now they are telling you have to form one angle with these two sides and vertex name also you have to give. So let's see the solution, my dear students. So here is one ray called PQ. Now you check the next one. What is given? It is PR. So can you tell me the vertex from here? I think you can guess the vertex from here. Which one is common point in both the case? One is PQ. Here one point is P, another one is Q. And when we are telling PR, one point is P, another one is R. So which one is the common point in them? Very good. P is the common point, and we know where they're meeting the common point is called the vertex. So which one would be the vertex? P would be the vertex here. Okay, so we can represent it like this. PQ, one ray, and PR, another ray, and both are meeting at the point P. So this is our required angle. Can you name the angle, my dear students? The angle is angle P you can say, or angle RPQ also you can say, or angle QPR you can say. Why? Because P is the vertex. Okay. Okay, now next question is, how many angles are there in the figure? Name the angles. So you have to name all the angles, and with this, how many are there you have to guess. I want all of you try this one. How many angles are there? Can you tell me, my dear students? Okay, very good. Here total 3 angles are there, right? One is the bigger one. Which one is this? This is angle COA because O is the vertex here. Or we can say it as angle AOC. Okay. And more two are, one is angle COB and another one is angle BOA. Okay. So there are how many angles lying? 3 angles, 3 different angles. Okay. The angles marked in the figure are angle AOB. Okay. Here in the green region, which angle is this? This is angle BOC. Okay. And next one is angle AOC. Very good, my dear students. Now, this is the time for a question. Let's see how many of you can answer. The question is, the initial ray in the given angle is, which one is the initial ray they are asking? Whether it is PQ, PR, QR or none of the above. Already we saw one such questions, my dear students. We saw when two lines coincide and we just drag one line up and make one angle. One was initial line. So you have to tell me which one is the initial line. I gave you time. All of you try and tell me the answer. What would be your answer? You can see the diagram here. Here is one angle representation. The angle is given as angle RPQ, or you can say angle QPR, or simply you can say this one is angle P. So, what would be your answer? What is the initial ray, my dear students? Okay, your time up. Let's see the answer. Very good, my dear students. You all are correct. The correct answer is option A, PQ. This one is the initial line. Okay, let's move on to next. Now, next question is, take 3 points A, B, C so that the 3 points are not on a straight line. So, you have to take 3 different points and the condition is 3 points are not on a straight line. Let's see. So, here are 3 points. So, you can try in your copy. So, if you try to join the lines, you will see you can join only AC. Not possible to join B. That means 2 points are lying in this line, right? So, the points are AC. Both are passing through a line, but B not possible. Okay, let's try another one. I am drawing another line which is passing through B. In this case also same thing happening, right? A and B, one line is passing through A and B, but C point C point not passing through it. Okay, that means not possible. Let's see another one. Another line which is passing through C. Okay, let's see. This is another line which is passing through C. In this case also same thing happening. A is not passing through this line. I am giving the name of this line. Suppose one line is L, another one M, another one N. These are three different lines, but you can see all three lines are not passing through all 3 points. Only 2 points are passing through it. Okay, so here are the points. Now they are telling how many lines can you draw through any pair of points from A, B and C. Let's try. So here you see how many lines possible, my dear students. Total 3 lines. Okay, next question is name the lines produced. Can you tell me the names? Yes, very good. The answer is the name of the lines are AB line. This one is the AB line. Next, BC. Here is the BC line, or AC. AC is this one. Okay. Next question is how many angles do the lines produce? Name the angles. So can you tell me the angle names, my dear students, in this case? You can see 3 different angles are there, right? So what are the 3 different angles? One is angle A, another one is angle B, another one is angle C. So you can simply say angle A, angle B, angle C, or you can tell the full name of this. So let's see. Here are the 3 different angles. Okay, so the line having 3 different angles and the names are, you can tell it as angle BAC, another one is angle ABC, another one is angle BCA. Okay. Next question is take another point D in your notebook such that the point D is not on any line. Now, how many more lines can you draw through any pair of points? Let's try. Okay, here is another point D, and through D is not lying in any line, you can see. Now they are asking how many more lines can you draw through any pair of the points. So how many possible, my dear students? Yes, 3 lines possible. Okay, now next question. How many lines do you find passing through any pair of points where the 4 points A, B, C, D are not on the same line? Let's try. It's very interesting, right? Okay, the solution would be what? Here you can see one line is AC, another one is BC. Again, one line is AD, another one is DB. Okay, now next 2 pair we got. One is CD, another one is AB. So here in total 6 lines possible. Very good. Okay, now next question is what is the total number of angles at the 4 vertices formed by all possible lines joining the points A, B, C and D. So how many are there? Can you tell the answer? Yes, you can see in your screen. How many are there? Total 4 vertices and total number of angles formed 4, and vertices are 3 into 4, that is 12. Okay. Now next, here 2 angles are there and they are asking compare the angles by just observing and find which has larger angle. Here 2 angles are given, you have to tell which one is larger. So by observing only you have to tell. Can you tell? Very good, my dear students. Angle AOB has larger angle. Okay. Now see the next. Here 2 different angles are given. Compare the angles by just observing and find which has larger angle. Again, can you compare and tell the answer? Which one is larger? Previous one was very much easier, right? Now in this case, how will you do? If you match the angles, then you can see easily, right? You can see here angle QOP. It is more wider, right? Angle compared to angle BOA, right? So from here, what we can conclude? Here point Q is above point B, right? So angle POQ measures more and has larger angle. Okay. So this method having a name. What is the name of this angle? The method is called comparison of angles by superposition or overlapping process. Means when you are going to overlap that time or merge, that time you will notice which one is above the ray, right? So whichever is above the another one, that one is the greater one. Okay. Similarly, here again two more angles are given. Again they are telling you to compare the angles and you have to find which one is greater. With the same method we can do. So here you see when we match both the angles, wow, these two coincide completely, right? So that means both the angles are same in measure, right? So that means both measure same, both are equal angles you can say. Okay. Now let's increase the length of the arms of the angle AOB and check which has greater angle. Let's see. Let's do this one. Now they are telling you to increase the length. Now again if we match, wow, in this case also it is same. Angle didn't increase. The rays are merged again, right? So as it is merged, so then also angle is remain same. Okay. Here is another question. Let's see whether you are able to answer or not. How many lines can be drawn through three distinct points which are not in a straight line? So all of you try. Already we discussed such type of things. Let's see how many of you can do. I gave you time. All of you try, my dear students. How many lines can be drawn through three distinct points? The options are 1, 2, 3 or infinite. How will you do, my dear students? You draw three lines. You draw the lines through the distinct points which are not lying in a single line, and then you check. Did you get your answer? Very good. Option C. Total 3 are possible. Okay. Now let's see more. Angles in clock. Okay. Let's see. Here we can see one total round we got, right? One is minute hand, another one is hour hand. Now when both the lines came together, both the hour hand and minute hand came together, that time circle is divided into how many equal parts? 360 equal divisions, that is one complete rotation. When one hand just give complete rotation, that time how much degree it rotate? Yes, very good. It is total 360 degree. Okay, each part indicates 1 degree. We are telling each part is 1 degree. Okay, that means since here 60 minutes, total how many minutes you have to travel? Total 60 minutes. So 60 minutes means how much in degree? 60 minutes, it is 360 degree. That means in 1 minute how much rotation is there? So how will you do? By unitary method, we all of us know the unitary method is you have to divide by 60. So what is the answer you are getting? For 1 minute, the rotation will be 6 degree. Okay, now let's see another one. Okay, when 1 hour passed, so that time what will happen? The clock has 12 divisions, right? And each division indicates 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour equals to, that means 1 hour equals to, how we are going to calculate? 360 divided by 12, because total here 12 divisions. So if you divide in 1 hour, how much degree it is rotating? Total 30 degree. Okay. Now suppose if we increase, now suppose 2 hours. That time how much degree? For 1 hour it is 30 degree as you can see in your clock. Okay. Then 1 more hour, again 30 degree. So how much it would be? Very good. It is total 60 degree. And how we are going to calculate this? Yes, by unitary method. Now if you increase more, so you can see more 30 degree if you add, it will be 90 degree. Okay, now here you see another one is given. Now can you tell me by seeing, by observation, how much degree it rotate here? What would be the answer? At first it is showing 15, then 30, 30 and 30. So what would be your answer? If you add all the numbers, it is 105 degree. Okay, let's see another question. The angle formed by the minute hand of a clock in half an hour is. So all of you think carefully and tell me the answer. The angle formed by the minute hand of a clock in half an hour. In half an hour, how much rotation? So the options are given as 90 degree, 180 degree, 270 degree and 360 degree. Let's see what is your answer. What would be the correct answer? Can you tell? Can you guess the correct answer? Yes, here I am stopping the clock and showing you the result. Very good. The answer is option B, 180 degree. Okay, now see it is at 12 noon suppose. Okay, now at 12 noon, both the hands OA and OB, if we name it, both will be together, both will coincide, right? Here no rotation is there, right? Because both are in same place. So what we can say in this case, angle AOB is 0 degree because no rotation, right? So now at 1 p.m, how much it rotate? Here the hour hand has passed 1 hour on the clock, right? So angle AOB will be 30 degree. Just now we saw. Okay. Next one. When suppose at 2 p.m, how much angle it rotate? Here the hour hand has passed 2 hours, right? So when it is 2 hours, how we are going to calculate? We can add 30 with this again 30, or simply what we can do, both the case 30, that means 2 into 30 also we can do. The answer will be 60 degree. Now suppose at 3 p.m, same case. For 1 hour, when it was 1 p.m, 30 degree. When it was 2 p.m, 30 plus 30, or simply you can do 2 into 30, that means 60. Now when it is 3 p.m, that time how many times 30 it will come? Here 130, another one is 2 to 1 to 2, that time again 30 degree rotation. Again from 2 to 3, another 30 degree rotation. That means how total? 3 times. That means we can say angle AOB is 3 into 30, that is 90 degree rotation. Similar case for 4 p.m. So what would be your answer, my dear students? 4 into 30 simply, it is quite better, right? You can add also. You can add the angles and you can tell the answer. It would be same like 120 degree. But it is easier process. How many times we rotate? 30 degree. Total 4 times because it is 4 p.m. That means the answer will come as 120 degree. Okay, let's see the next. Similarly, now suppose it is 5 p.m. So what would be your answer? Very good, my dear students. The answer will be 5 into 30. That means 150 degree. Okay. Now let's see, it is 6 p.m. Now what would be your answer? How much degree it rotate? Yes, exactly. The angle would be angle AOB, which is 180 degree. How we calculate? 6 into 30. Now for 7, again same thing. For 7 hours, the angle would be 7 into 30. So it is 210. Now for 8 p.m, what would be your answer for 8 p.m? Similar case, you have to multiply 8 with 30. So answer coming 240. Now again let's see for 9 p.m. Now in this case, you have to multiply 9 with 30 because 9 times 30 degree movement. So the answer is 270. Now let's see the next. When it is 10 p.m., what would be your answer? How many times 30, 30, 30 it moved? Total 10 times. So what would be your answer in this case? 10 into 30 degree, that means 300 degree. Okay. Now let's see for 11 p.m. What would be your answer? How many times it rotates 30 degree to reach 11 p.m.? Of course 11 times. So what is the answer? Answer is 330 degree. Now suppose it's 12 p.m. Now what would be your answer, my dear students? Here the hour hand passed 12 hours. So the answer will be 12 into 30, which is 360 degree. That means a complete rotation, right? Okay, now see the next. Here another question time. The angle formed by the hour hand of a clock in an hour is. So let's see how many of you can answer the options given: 5 degree, 10 degree, 20 degree and 30 degree. Let's see how many of you are able to answer. I am giving you time. All of you try this one. The angle formed by the hour hand of a clock in 1 hour. Only in 1 hour they are asking. Very easy question. Already we saw for different cases. When it is 2 hours, 2 into 30. When it is 3 hours, 3 into 30. So when it is 1 hour, what would be the answer, my dear students? Yes, you all are absolutely right. So here I am stopping the timer and showing you the answer. Very good. The answer is 30 degree, which is option D. Okay, now here see what is given. A circle is divided into 12 equal parts. What is the value of the angle in degree produced in each case? So let's see for the first one, what is the is complete rotation. From here you are starting and going back again, and just now we saw with the clock how much is the complete rotation. It is 360 degree. Okay, the next one. In this case, can you tell me what would be the answer? One rotation, what we know, it is 360 degree. Okay, now here circle is divided into two equal parts, right? So what would be the answer? 360 by 2, that means how much rotation? It is 180 degree. Now in this case, how many equal parts you can see? Total is 360 degree, but how many equal parts? Total 1, 2 and 3. 3 equal parts. So what you have to do in this case? Complete rotation is 360, and as it is 3 equal parts, so what we will do? 360 divided by 3, that means 120 degree. Okay, now in this case, how many total parts? Very good, total 4 divisions. So what you have to do in this case? Total is 360 degree and you have to divide it by 4. Okay, so 90 degree in that case. Here are some homework, all of you try at home. Find the angles in degree of these equally divided circles. You see all are equally divided. So how will you calculate the angles here? Total, how much we know? Total is 360 degree. And how many parts are there? You have to count and you have to divide it with 360, right? And you will get the value. Okay. Now let's see types of angles. How many types are there? Here is one angle. We can simply tell it as angle B, or we can name it as angle ABC or CBA. Why? Can you tell me, my dear students, why this is only angle B, not angle A or not angle C? Very good, because B is the vertex and vertex will be always in the middle. Okay. So here you see one angle is given, angle ABC, and this angle is 90 degree. Okay, you can check it with your set square. Now here another angle, this one also, if you put a set square on it, and you will get 90 degree angle here also. Okay, the angle that is exactly 90 degree, it is called right angle. So when you will get 90 degree angle, that angle is named as right angle. Okay, so here are some examples of right angle. You can see right angle here. Okay, or in your TV at home, you can see right angle shape in the corner. Okay. Another one is here also. In this picture also you can see the 90-degree line, or here also you can see in the building also outside it is forming 90-degree. So whenever it is forming 90-degree, we tell it as right angle. Okay, my dear students, here are some more types you can check in your book also, and we are going to continue from next. So here are some acute angles, obtuse angles are there. Here are some more angles are there. So we are going to continue this one in our next class from here. I hope today's class is very much clear. All of you prepare well, study well, and meet at next class.